Good morning everyone, my name is Tanja Wei and my topic about the application system is a novel augmented reality piano learning application for beginners on the Android platform, and my application name is AR Fun Piano. For the introduction is that to create a AR piano application to guide the user to play the key they intended. And the AR technology provide an ideal piano learning environment for the user to easier to learn how to play the piano. The AR has significant advantage in facilitating the education development, which easier for user to learn how to play piano through the AR. AR improve their user experience. So there are some problem statement for the application, which is the beginner without appropriate guidance and self-discipline is hard to learn how to play the piano, so that we use it to create the AR to guide them for easier for them to learn how to play the piano. And the AR indicate the point on key is quite hard for them to follow because some song with many keys and some with high speeds, and there are some followers which is the key notes out of sync and out of position. AR piano application is only available on iOS, even though available on Android platform, but then it's not fully functional lah. Play piano with piano sheets might not know the speeds and with correct position keys, but with AR can indicate keys in sync and proper. The objective and scope for the project is that to identify how AR works on phone cameras, allow the user to view codes, keys, notes on piano with AR virtual object, to enable support on the hand finger position which on the piano, and testing whether the AR piano application is efficient for the user to learn how to play the piano. There is some scope for the system which is the AR only applicable on the real piano. The AR application developed on Android platform only and is focused on beginners, and is support to view AR virtual reality graphically represent the notes which drop down onto the piano. There are some limitation and target audience for the system, which is the limitation is that it's only working when it's scanning a real piano and can be used on Android phone only, and can be detected and work on bright environment, which in a darker environment the camera cannot work, then the AR cannot detecting the item, and it's only work while projectile toward the piano keyboards and the user press play button on the AR screen. The target audience for the system is for the beginners, the experts pianists, and some people which interested in piano. There is some literature review for it, which is the AR is a technology that can represent digital content into the real world. AR system will first detect the marker to detect the position and orientation of the digital content that is to be displayed. The AR provide new way of interacting with the new world and can create experience that would not possible in either a complete real or virtual world. AR may encourage students to engage in learning activities and may improve student motivation to learn. And AR is one of the best way of facilitating for interacting in learning process. There is some available system which using the AR, which is the piano, tutor, augmented, songbook, MMAR, Malaysian music, augmented reality, and HoloKeys. There are some available methods used for the AR system, which is the marker-based method, marker detection tracking, markerless tracking, viewforia image tracking, tracking setup, and the audio MIDI playback. And for the technology implemented in AR and detail is the AR tools kits and multi-tracking. The research methodology for the system is using the fountain model, which more flexible compared to others and more interact in between the requirement and the design, and able to start coding of the program in the early stage. Is planning, which is to analyze how it currently being used in AR and the way to use the AR and how to implement the technology, the technical into the system. The requirement definition, which is the functional and non-functional requirement, user requirement, system requirement, and software requirement documentation, and will analyze to determine the needs and requirement to develop a piano learning application. And for the design and coding will be the design, the system flowchart, and the system process developed through Vuforia, MIDI, Unity, and marker-based methods. And for the testing and integration, testing the system functionality, which does the system meet the requirement of the user and operate the system and keep working the system so that it will find out the errors while it's concurrently workings and playing, and to identify the flow of marker and user toward the system, which the user display codes and marker provide pattern to be written. For the maintenance and evolution, which once the system is fully complete and ready to be used, that the maintenance part is getting feedback from the user, some tester, and making the improvement. Developed through Vuforia, MIDI, Unity, and the marker base, which is to update the system and make the system more impeccable from the error and add on some features of system to fulfill the user requirement and enhance user experience. For the fact finding, we'll be using the questionnaire and interview. Questionnaire will be collect some quantitative data from the respondent. It's much easier way for them and it's simple and simplified way to gather the data, and don't have the time constraint and range constraint, which is only needed to create a Google form and send to the respondents to collect the data. And for the interview, we'll be able to obtain details information about the comments, feelings, perspective, opinion about the system. Is obtain high accuracy response result and can speak face to face and can be more understandable better than the others facts finding. For the questionnaire will be 20 questions and the respondent is looking forward to try the AR piano application lah. And for the interview, which the interviewees recommend to have user manual so that will be more easier for them have a guidance to how to use the system. And for the system implementation, we'll be using the Unity. Unity is used to develop the AR application, which with the function of tracking the piano keyboards and display the synthesia, which the key notes drop down from the top of the piano. And then the Microsoft Visual Studio is using to compile the codings and some mono behavior for the Unity. And the model target generator, which is to generate a 3D model of pianos which similar to the real life piano to enable the user have a preview of camera so that they can project out toward the piano more easier and activate the AR efficiency. And for the Vuforia engine developed is you need to apply the license of AR camera so that to activate it and save image tracking into the database so that it can function while it's projected out onto the image target. For the system testing will be to figure out and conclude that if the system is consists of error, runtime error, syntax error, or the logical error so that we can evaluate and determine all the buttons and all the errors, the features and everything does it's working, and so that we will conduct the functional testing, which is have the integration testing, system testing and tracking system testing, and for the non-functional will be the performance and usability testing. And for the future works will be for the battery saving, because it's high consumption of battery and power, and it's not only applicable on Android platform but also applicable on iOS platform. And the camera resolution for testing can be more improved, so that will be more easier for me for testing and some developing things. And to enhance the AR function stability and page and more difficult songs like this stage to keep the attraction of the user to play the game. Yeah. For the conclusion, the system is developed, is functional and meet the requirement. It's help the beginners piano learner to have a better experience in learning piano, and appreciate for the experience of challenge and of strength and meet, and with the topic of the AR piano learning application. And there will be my system, which is user. This is a demo video for my system application, which is the AR Fun Piano Learning application. And for the home page, there will be the play button, option button, and exit. And there will be a home button for them at the right upper side, so that they can redirect back to the home page. And for the play button will be go to the difficulty stages, which is consists of easy, normal, hard. And for the easy, normal, hard, each consists of one song, which is with easy, normal, hard difficulties up. And then when the user press on the home button, will redirect back to the home page. And then when the user click on the option, it will show up the instruction of how to use the application, which is how to detect the AR, how to make the AR working, and how to make the AR function works. And for the easy, there will be the faded Alan Walker song, which will have the keys drop down from the top of the piano, and just now having the detection of 3D models, and then after the 3D models and after project out the front camera toward the piano, and will show up the AR function, which will needed the user to press the play button, and then when detecting, it will show out which key you needed to press on it, and then you can adjust the sound effects, the sound volume things. This is for the easy mode, and for the normal mode will be the other songs. Okay, this song is the Perfect from Ed Sheeran, which will having the same things but with more complicated key notes and more harder difficulties, and the speed is different. You see the user can clearly press on the key notes which indicate down from the top of the piano, which is much easier for them to learn how to play a song. And for the hard mode will be the photograph as Sharon. It's much more harder than the previous two stages. And when you press on the screen, which the AR showing, it will the user can stop in the middle of the AR function, and then when click back and back to home, and then click exit to back to the home. Yeah, that's it.